All right, so a question I get all the time is what are amazing clone fragrances that are just as good, if not better than the original. So let's go over that today. Starting off with one I don't talk a lot about. This is Ace of Spades. This is a beautiful By the Fire inspired fragrance. It gives you that same DNA, that same sweet, spicy heaviness. I absolutely love this fragrance. I love the design of it. What Fragrance World did with this fragrance is insane. Plus, I get about 8 hours of performance with this, which is great. It projects heavily. It has great sillage. In the air, you won't even notice the difference between this and By the Fireplace. On top of that, the Ace of Spades line, this whole Spades line, or I forget what they call it from Fragrance World, but they come with trading cards, which again, I mean, you want the fragrance, but it's kind of a cool little thing. So like the presentation of this, fire, love it. So if you're looking for something that's By the Fireplace inspired, cost really affordable, I think you're gonna pay 20, 30 bucks for this. Ace of Spades is incredible. Highly recommend this one. Biggest question I get, off on 9 p.m. or Ultra Mall. Neither. Get Ram's Silver. This is a juicier pear version, costs $20. It's the cheapest of them all. This smells fire. I get 8 hours with this. I get 8 hours with Ultra Mall. I also get 8 hours with 9 p.m. So I get the same amount for all three. This, telling you, this is good. This is my favorite of the three. If I had to pick one, I'd pick this one, and then I go Ultra Mall, and then I go 9 p.m. But oh, if you want an amazing, really loud, heavier, juicier pear version of the fragrance, check out Ram Silver from Lattafa. P.S. It costs like $17 sometimes. So I get asked about Tuxedo all the time from YSL. It's amazing vanilla. I actually smelled it in London. I didn't even know what it was. It floored me. It wasn't that impressive. And the reason is Mustache EDP. This is just as good as Tuxedo. Honestly, I'd say it might even be a little bit better. I think I prefer this over the expensive Tuxedo. So if it was me and I had to pick one of those two and I wanted something that was a classy vanilla, very beautiful, very sweet, very alluring, warm also, great for cold weather events, I'm gonna go with Mustache from Rochas. Again, you're gonna get about 8 hours performance with this, projects like amazing, like beautiful vanilla, beautiful sweetness, very classy. I'll pick this one over Tuxedo. In a world of Aventus clones and inspired by fragrances, there's one that rises up out of, okay, I'm gonna stop this. Nitro Black, honestly, is my favorite Aventus style fragrance. I love this fragrance. I'm not the biggest Aventus fan anymore. I used to love it. I'm kind of over the DNA because everyone's cloning it. Even the new Versace Eros Energy smells like Aventus. It kind of bores me. I smelled this and I knew it was going to be Aventus and I'm like, I'm going to hate it. And then I really enjoyed it. I've actually worn this a bunch. I really like this fragrance. Now you can really tell. I'm looking at the fragrance line. It doesn't look like I've worn it at all. I know I've worn you a bunch. Great, great fragrance. I like it. And people are like, oh, get this, get that. Look, for 30 bucks, sometimes 27, you can get this. I think this is the best one out there. It isn't the longest lasting. We're not talking 8, 10 hours with this. You're talking more 6, which nowadays is basically the same as Aventus. So, you know what? I'm going from Dumont Nitro Black. Okay, one of my favorite winter fragrances is one I forget I even have and I rarely ever wear, and I don't know why, it's a shame. It's Oud for Glory. I love Oud for Glory. I remember when this first came out, everyone saying it's an Oud for Greatness inspired. I mean, you look at the bottle and like, well, what else is it? And then you smell it and you go, oh wow, you really smell like Oud for Greatness. Like, dang, this is close. It has great performance, great sillage, great warmth, great depth, great richness. You're gonna get 8+ hours with this, projects heavily, lasts on your skin. In the air, you're really not gonna notice a difference between this and Greatness. Maybe up close, you might notice a slight difference, but not enough that you're like, oh, it's so synthetic. Like, no, this is a great fragrance. Highly recommend it. The Bayed Al Oud line is really good. I think Amethyst too smells like Atomic Rose, also from Initio. Haven't tried the other ones, but those two, oof, love it. So if you're looking for something like Oud for Greatness, a nice warm oud fragrance in the winter, check out this one from Lattafa, Oud for Glory. Now, while we're talking about oud, my favorite oud fragrance is M7 from YSL. It's a discontinued oud fragrance, has nice little spices. Thankfully, Fragrance World made a clone of it. This is Absolute Oud Magnificent 7. Smells almost 1-to-1. And in a world of a discontinued fragrance and you want that same DNA, but you can't get it easily, I would check this out. I think this is a great idea. I wish clone houses, we could get one that they only clone discontinued fragrances. Like, come on, give me that clone house. Bring back all the old gems. Yes, you're not gonna sell millions of bottles, that's why the bottles got discontinued, but it's enough that there's enough people out there that want it that when you're talking about how cheap these cost, these clone houses, I say get it. So like do a whole line just called the discontinued gems. Do it, bring them back, please. Anyhow, If you're looking for this fragrance, this is a great one right here. Beautiful oud, beautiful spices. I get about 7 hours with this, maybe closer to the 6.5 hour mark, but oh, same DNA, same oud, same spices. This is insane. I love this fragrance. Highly recommend from Fragrance World, Absolute Oud Magnificent 7. A fragrance that has been around forever. Everyone's talked about it. Everyone knows about it. I mean, I'm sorry. If you want a beautiful, old money, classy fragrance, Davidoff Cool Water, the original EDT, is beautiful. This smells just like Creed's Green Irish Tweed. You get that awesome, soapy, that beautiful Irish Spring style fragrance. It is just beautiful. This lasts a long time in your skin, projects heavily in the air. You're not gonna really even notice a difference between this and the Creed. Yes, there's a slight difference. I'm not saying it's not one-to-one. This is more like 90, 95% the same. But my gosh, when you're costing maybe $17, $20 compared to the what, $300, $400 mark that is Green Irish Tweed, like, yeah, this is good. This is really good. So if you're looking for something, again, this is a great dumb reach fragrance. You can wear this year round, not have to even think about it. Just put it on. You'll know you'll smell amazing. You'll smell better than most people out there. So from Davidoff, this is Cool Water. All right, my newest pickup is this right here. This is Ghost Spectre. I have been wanting to try this for a long time. Bottle's kind of weird, not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of the bottle. Plus, I don't think I could fly with this. I'm pretty sure that bullet would pick up through TSA and I would be in a lot of trouble. So if you want to take this, you're gonna have to do a decant. Just FYI, be safe out there. Don't do something stupid. I don't want to see my followers on the news that they got arrested at the airport because of Ghost Spectre. But anyhow, this fragrance smells one-to-one with Nishani Ani, which is a beautiful vanilla with nice lemon in it. I really, really, really like this fragrance. I've only worn it once, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a ton of experience with it, but that one where it was loud, it projected, it lasted a long time. It just didn't die. It wasn't one of those clones. Sometimes you get like a clone, you spray it on, and like, this is good, and after an hour, you're like, yeah, I don't really smell anymore. Yes, if I do that, I smell it, but in the air, it's not wafting. There's no sillage to it. This has beautiful sillage. I got about 8+ hours with it. I think that's the greatest mark for any clone fragrances. If it makes 8 hours, get it. It's a great fragrance. So if you're looking for that Ani vibe and you want to not break the bank, which again, I've seen Ani go for $150, so it's really not that expensive, but still, way more affordable, Ghost Spectre. A fragrance that I used to talk about a bunch and I haven't talked about in a long time is from Afnan. It is not only incense, this is a Amouage interlude inspired. So beautiful spices, nice little bit of sweetness, loud, very, very loud. So we're talking cold weather, -3, you know, maybe 10 degrees, really cold, and that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. This is gonna go really well because again, it's gonna project heavily. It's gonna smell amazing in the air. It's gonna just waft up. This is great. I highly recommend this. And I said not Celsius. Celsius 32 is 0. So I don't know what 10 would be Fahrenheit. I don't know. Anyhow, sorry, I'm like trying to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit right now. This is good. If you want a beautiful, spicy fragrance that will last you all day long, I mean, seriously, you put this on at 8 in the morning, I would argue about the time you're going to bed, it'll still be on your skin. Great performance, great sillage, great energy. I love this fragrance. So if you want Amouage interlude and you don't want to break the bank, honestly, this is good. This is really darn close to interlude. Like, in the air, I don't think I could tell a difference, to be totally honest. Not only incense. Intense is Aventus, incense. I think of all the clones, this is my favorite. I really do. I think this is my favorite of them all. This is Game of Spades Win. I know I keep talking about this fragrance, but it's so good. It smells just like Greenwich Village from Bond No. 9, but costs $50, and it smells amazing. In the air, you can't even tell a difference between the two of them. Projects, I think, actually a little bit better than the Bond No. 9. Not a lot. It isn't like Bond No. 9 lasts 6 hours and this lasts 24. No, but it projects a little bit better sillage, better longevity. Not, you know, maybe enough that you're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing again, but it's good. So when you're considering $50 and you get the same scent, same DNA, same performance, same sillage, same everything, and honestly the bottle looks kind of cool. I like the bottles of these. I think Game of Spades has done a great job with their marketing. Yeah, this is a win all the way around. No pun intended. Ooh, that was bad. No pun intended. I'm gonna leave that in. But oof, did not mean that. So check out from Game of Spades, Win, if you're looking for Greenwich Village. So while you're here, why don't you check out this video? This is an amazing video about the best fall fragrances. I know fall is already here, But if you're looking for the best fragrances to stand out, smell alluring, smell amazing, and just be the best you that you can be in the fall, check out this video. I think you're really gonna like it. And as always, this is Nubs Fragrance. Talk to you soon.